is Yabusame, the traditional samurai art of archery from the back of a running horse. The samurai warriors of ancient Japan lived with a philosophy unique in the annals of mankind. It was to pledge their very lives as an act of loyalty to their lord. To sacrifice one's life for his master was for the samurai the most glorious death. And so they lived each day with a constant desire for beauty in death. This philosophy that a samurai warrior should live to die gloriously penetrated into the lives of the common people. It is through this philosophy, this spirit of the Japanese, that Budo, the martial arts of Japan, including Kendo, Karate-do, Judo, and Aikido, have been handed down to this day. The Japanese sword is the symbol of Budo, and the cutting edge of its blade is said to be sharper than that of any other in the world. This is one of the basic patterns of fencing in the ancient Shinkage school of Kendo. The object is to avoid the opponent's sword and to reply instantly to his blows. As real swords are used, great skill is required, as the least mistake means certain death. The belief of the samurai that he should know how to handle the sword, to have spiritual power, and be fearless in the face of death in battle has been handed down to this day through this type of special training. Training which must be continued day after day. The mission of the samurai was to defend their lords from attack, to provide constant readiness against wars and insurrections. They were called to ever improve their minds and sword skill. Japan is blessed with the 4 beautiful seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter, the variety of which gives various influences upon the human mind. Through this benevolent gift of nature, the Japanese have been imbued with the spirit of Budo. As only the warrior class were privileged to use the sword, the less fortunate had to devise other means of defending themselves from the violence of the sword. The master demonstrates the use of the tatami tempe. It is made of deer skin, and it is elastic enough to absorb even the sharpness of the Japanese sword. Tonfa, made from the hardwood of the oak tree, allows one to shield himself from the cutting power of the sword, while at the same time it has the unseen power of killing one's opponent with a single blow. The Japanese sword is a fearsome weapon which can kill in a moment. Thus it was that those without the sword required devices and means with which to cope with the deadly blade. This weapon is called nichogama, consisting of 2 sickles, a farming implement which may be found anywhere. Defeat in the face of the Japanese sword meant certain death, as the only means of defending oneself against the sword when it resorted to violence was to beat down the opponent. It was therefore vital that one had to train himself severely to master techniques surpassing the samurai. This is the nunchaku, made famous throughout the world by the dragon, Bruce Lee. It was devised out of an unsophisticated farming implement used to crush beans. Thus, the common man developed various weapons in response to the need to protect himself from the violence of the sword. The term karate literally means empty-handed. In reality, it is the human body which has been converted into a lethal weapon. Through cruel physical training, and with it the cultivation of a dauntless spirit, so that one can stand any pain, the entire body is converted into a steel weapon. One who has mastered karate can knock down an opponent with but a single blow. The process to attain this mastery is long and tedious. There is no other means but patience and superhuman effort. No amount of training can be said to be enough. It must continue without end, with greater endeavor. His hands, strengthened and steeled through severe practice, can cut as a sharp-edged knife. Once he concentrates his full mental powers on a given target, his hand shows its true strength. the fascination of judo lies in that a person of a weaker physical strength can defeat an opponent of a larger build. Judo is a simple hand-to-hand fighting technique devised by the unarmed for the purpose of self-protection. The main character of judo is to throw an opponent and to make him unconscious by pressing tightly on his neck. To master such techniques is not easy. It goes without saying that the indispensable factor in judo is the training of the body. Yet that is not enough. It is vital that the mind is adaptable to the training of the body. Both pain and agony to the body and mind are basic to the training in Budo. Discouragement only means the defeat of the mind. One does not quickly learn that judo teaches only through pain and effort. Otosu, or fall, is a term used in judo which means to make one's opponent unconscious. Should one lose consciousness through an opponent's momentary violent pressure to the neck, choking him, he will die if left alone. The student of judo strives to improve both his mind and body, constantly aware that his very life is in the balance. To attain the black belt is but a symbol of having passed the first chapter of the philosophy of Budo. If one becomes self-conceited about his black belt, he will in no time be defeated by one greater than he. Judo has been officially adopted as an entry in the Olympics and has today become an international sport. It must be emphasized that to win, one must learn not only the principles of the art, but the formation of the mind. This is naginata. It is a weapon with which the opponent is literally swept away. Naginata is another form of Budo, being peculiar to the Japanese woman. Naginata is a weapon used in cavalry battles in the Middle Ages. Some 4 centuries ago, it became the principal weapon of the woman of a samurai family. To this day, women continue to train in the art. The polishing of the training hall is but another way to purify and strengthen the mind of the trainee. The women brandish naginata in their pursuit of spiritual beauty rather than physical strength. It is the desire of every woman to be beautiful. In Naginata, the essence of beauty is not merely in appearance, but in the harmony of sensitivity and reason. While resembling a dance, these are but the basic movements used in Aikido. Aikido is the art of self-defense, that is, to defend oneself from attack without attacking his opponent. The principle of Aikido is to utilize the opponent's own strength to one's advantage, that is, to throw him quite naturally and rationally.